Are you the person who gets silent during conversation? Do you feel like you need to say something great or smart, but you can't really figure out the words? Why does this seem so easy for everyone else, but for you, it seems so hard? Well, you are not alone, because honestly, for me, when I was younger, I put so much pressure on myself during conversations that if I said something, it needed to be something super smart or funny for people to like me. Therefore, I turned quiet a lot of the times among people I were not that comfortable with. I was just like, nope, I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't know what to say. But then, girly pop, I discovered something called the art of conversation. And after I did that, and after I started to implement these things into my whole social game, oh, let me tell you, I will probably say that my social skills are one of my best skills. Like, I really feel confident in the social setting, and I just know when I approach a person, when I go to talk to someone, when I try to get to know them, I know it's going to turn out well because I know I'm good at it. I know that the person will like me, and I know that we are going to vibe in some way because I know the skills and I want to teach them to you too, so you can start being more comfortable. Because when you see videos like this, when you read or just listen to people who just know how the social situation works, then it becomes pretty easy. Because before that, when you haven't that much practice, when you don't know what to do, of course it's hard. But when you have this knowledge, it's going to get super not easy, but it's going to be more predictable, because if you just know the principles, it's much more easy to just incorporate it into the conversation, and it's going to be easier for you to just meet new people, talk to new people, and vibe. So let's get into it, shall we? So number one, you need to change your view, okay? How you view the whole situation. You need to change your thoughts about it, because when you walk into a room and you feel really self-conscious, you feel anxious, you feel a little bit stressed out about the amount of people and the whole situation and how you're going to talk about to this and this person or whatever, you're going to send out that energy. You're not gonna be approachable because they can't read your thoughts, but they will see the little things like your energy. Because when you think a lot of negative and stressed out thoughts, that will create feeling, which will eventually change how you act. This is like a full circle moment. It all starts with a thought, then we have a feeling, and then we have the actions. So if you just think a lot of negative thoughts, that is how you're gonna be perceived too. And we don't want that. We don't want that. The first thing I want you to do is to try to think a little bit more positively about the situation and about yourself, and that you are learning. You're learning to be better in the social situation, and you're so hyped to become better. You want to make new friends, okay? You need to just think that. Maybe you get a little bit more excited, oh yeah, I'm gonna make friends. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to a lot of people. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be good in the conversation. You're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel that energy, and people are going to feel it too. So just put on that smile. I know it's like a cliche, put on a smile, but you are signalizing to people that you're a much more approachable and happy person when you smile. And also, this is a fun fact. When you smile, your brain thinks you're happy too, so you will feel better just by smiling. So that's a little bit of a hack for you. Number two is that you need to lower your stakes. If you go into the setting, into the social situation, and you're thinking, oh my God, I need to be at my best. I need to have the best conversation ever. This is my chance to shine, and this is my only chance. If you think that, it's going to be a lot more stressful than if you're just you know what, it's not that big of a deal. It's okay. I'm just gonna go and have these nice conversations with people. But if it's not it, it's not it. And then I try another one, just lower the stake. You're gonna have a lot more options and opportunities later on. This is not a one-shot thing. You just need to be a little bit more chill in the situation, because then it gets more fun too. You don't need more stress in your life. We definitely do not want that. And this takes me to the next one, which is really such an important factor in the conversation. This is like the foundation of a good conversation. If you master this, you will come so far. You need to be an active listener. This is something you need to learn. You need to learn to listen to people and ask them questions related to what they're saying, to just get to know them on a deeper level. You cannot be inside your own mind and just think about the next thing that you should say. That is not gonna make you into a good conversationalist. You need to learn to listen and ask good questions from what they tell you, because then they see that you're actually listening to what they're saying, and then that you're actually caring and that you actually want to get to know them. So that is really good qualities. And if you want to learn more about this skill, I actually made a video on just this point, which is like how to get anyone to get obsessed with you. You need to be interested in people and be an active listener, because people are gonna love you for that. So if you want to learn more about that, I definitely recommend you to check this one out. This takes me to number 4, and that's in the conversation, because you're like, what am I going to say? You're really stressed about that. Like, what do you say to people? Well, let me tell you, you should just say a lot of random stuff. And you're like, what? A bunch of random stuff? Yes, a bunch of random stuff. Because when you just like say things that is just so random, low-key funny, but it doesn't really have anything to do with what you already talked about, or something that would be like usual or normal to talk about in that kind of setting, then people get a little bit taken by surprise. They're like, who is this person? Interesting. But it's also gonna be like, wow, they don't care. That's so cool. They're so cool. They don't care about what other people think. They're so comfortable in their own shoes. And I'm going to be so much more comfortable in this conversation now that this person has already said a bunch of random stuff and obviously don't care about seeming stupid. Like, they don't care. Why should I care? No, I don't. It's such a great hack to just try to do. And also it's great for just training and just like telling your mind that it's okay if you're being seen as a little bit stupid or not the smartest person in the room. Because let's be honest, that's pretty difficult, to always try to be the smartest person in the room. Let's be honest, are you ever though? Because I don't think so. I never think that I personally is the smartest person in the room, and I never think I'm the prettiest or funniest or whatever you fill in the blanks, because so many other cool and interesting people. I'm not trying to be the smartest, the best. Like, that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. I'm just trying to be me. And people like that too, when they see people trying to just be themselves and being comfortable. Like, people are attracted to that because they want to be comfortable with themselves too, and they don't want to care. So try to start saying some random stuff and just see what happens. See what happens. Okay? I dare you. You should never start the conversation by saying your name or introducing yourself, because like, who is gonna remember? It's just like having the same conversation again and again and again, and we have already had it so many times that it's not weird that people don't recognize you. Like, if you're talking to someone and then you see them again and they don't recognize you, well, it's because you have had the same conversation with them like they have had a million other times. You see, you need to start with something else. Like, if it's a question, if it's a compliment, you just need something to just capture their attention, because nobody's gonna remember the name. Nobody wants to talk about their work or where they're from again and again and again. It's not really a crucial information at this point. Probably if it's interesting, if it's the person you would connect with like further in, like then it will naturally appear. Then people will care about your name and what you do. When you have talked together, when they have gotten to know you and feel like you're a cool person, then they want to know. Don't make it the first thing you say. It's not crucial at all. And it makes the social game a lot more fun for you than if you have to say it the same thing again and again and again. Sometimes it can be hard. It can be hard to know what to say. And what I feel works most of the time is that you just need to be honest with people. Be honest of how you're feeling in the moment. Yes, you're putting on a smile. Yes, you have an approachable vibe. But if you have that, so people will see you as an approachable person, but you still say, oh, to be honest, I'm pretty nervous today. Like, I don't feel like I'm that good with conversation. This is a little bit new to me. I'm practicing it. Like, how do you think I'm doing so far? Do you have any tips or tricks? You can say that and being honest like that. People admire that. They really do. They're like, wow, they're this early on being so vulnerable. That's amazing. Like, I want to get to know this person. I want to be vulnerable too. If they're basically daring to be that with me too, you just seem like a much more trustable person when you're being honest from the first moment you meet a person. So that's just a little bit of a tip right there. This is also all about exposure therapy, because when you approach this social setting and when you start trying these different techniques, it's going to feel uncomfortable. But it's always, always, always about doing it multiple times and just getting comfortable with it. You just need to practice it, and you need to be in the conversation and just really feel that it's okay whatever happens. If the conversation doesn't go the right way, or you feel like, oh no, they didn't really like me, or they kind of rejected me or whatever, it's okay. You're still alive, you're thriving, and then you move on to the next one. Like, when you can just like be exposed to a lot of those settings, you get more confident and like, you know what? Try me. I'm actually good. I know what to do in the social setting. It's just about doing it again and again and again. You need to find ways to be more comfortable in the setting. And a way that I find is really efficient is that you need to learn to control your breathing, because that is something you have with you day in and day out. And also, if you're stressed or you're scared or you feel on edge or whatever, your breath is naturally gonna get like shorter, because your heart is like pumping like this and you're stressed. But if you can just try to slow down your breathing, let's say you take 4 seconds when you breathe in and then breathe out in 6 seconds, then you're slowly going to tell your brain that you're safe, you are not in a dangerous situation, and that you should just be calm, because your brain is just trying to protect you. That's the only thing it's trying to do. So if you can slow it a bit down and just like show like, I'm in no danger, then it's gonna get a little bit easier for you, and you're gonna feel a little bit more relaxed in the social setting. And this comes also with like when you're talking to people, if you're stressed or nervous, like we have all had a presentation in front of our class or in some kind of setting where we just have spoken so fast because we just want to say it and be done. We just want to get all the information out there so we can go back and keep going with our day. When you talk fast, when you talk so fast that you can't even breathe, then you're also telling your body that, oh shit, I'm stressed. This is a dangerous situation. Like this is scary. You're telling your body that, and you're also telling that what I'm saying to these people, if you're just having a conversation and speaking super fast, you're also telling yourself that my words doesn't really matter. I need to speak as fast as possible. So I get to say what I get to say. I don't want to take up their time. You're just telling yourself all of these negative things by not taking up space or time that is not good for you. So just by slowing down your breath, slowing down how fast you're talking, you're going to signalize to your brain you're safe and you're worthy of the time and space. And people are also gonna see like she's comfortable. She's comfortable in the situation, and then they're gonna feel comfortable too because you're comfortable. You're creating this like cozy, comfortable conversational nest with that person, and you're just having a good conversation together, and you're safe, you're vibing, you are cool. So that's just something that you can control, like before you're going into anything that you are nervous for, or any social setting or any fear, just by focus on the breath, on how you're talking and how you're carrying yourself. Like just by having the focus here, it's going to be a lot easier for you. If you want to learn more about how you can make more friends, or how you can level up your friendships or become this kind of friend magnet, I will definitely suggest that you watch this video right here. It gives you all the tips and tricks for how you can get more friends and take your friendships from here till here, so it's not that superficial, but you get the core family-like friends.